Hey everyone! Today, I'm going to show you how to upgrade a classic Game Boy with a brand new IPS screen and a fresh shell, using this perfect candidate that's in desperate need of a makeover. Let's go over the parts you'll need for this upgrade. I'm using the Retro Pixel IPS LCD screen kit from FunnyPlaying. First, we have the LCD screen. Then, there's the ribbon cable, which connects the main motherboard to the LCD board. Next is the board that controls the LCD. It looks nice and shiny, and the side button has two positions, up, down, and a press function. There's also a sticker for the LCD, but I won't be using it because I have this alignment bracket from FunnyPlaying, which I highly recommend. This will help keep the screen snug in place without the need for adhesive. I'll also be using a speaker upgrade from FunnyPlaying, but this is optional. You can always reuse the old speaker if you prefer. And of course, you'll need a shell that's designed to perfectly fit the new IPS screen, so no cutting is needed on your part. The shell comes with a glass lens, all the buttons, rubber pads, and the necessary screws. I got this one from Zed Labs, and it's great quality. Alright, time to get to work. The back of the Game Boy has 6 screws, and they use tri-wing heads, which are specific to Nintendo. So, you'll need a tri-wing screwdriver to remove them. Once all the screws are removed, we can carefully separate the Game Boy into 2 halves, but be mindful of the ribbon cable connecting them. Since we won't be using the old LCD board, we only need to disconnect the ribbon cable from the main motherboard. You can do this by gently pulling on the ribbon cable until it comes loose. And there you go! The 2 halves are now separated. If you want to reuse the old speaker, you'll need to remove the old LCD board by taking out all the screws. Then, you can detach the speaker wires using a soldering iron. In this tutorial, I'll be using a new speaker, so I won't be doing that. Now, it's time for some soldering. Place the speaker wires in position on the LCD board. The polarity doesn't matter. Just make sure the board is in a comfortable position. If you want to double-check that the soldering is done properly, and if you have one, use a multimeter to check for continuity. Next, we'll place the LCD into the alignment bracket I mentioned earlier. But be careful. Gently pull the ribbon cable outward through the back, making sure not to bend or twist it too much. Take your time to avoid damaging the cable, just like I'm showing you here. Snug it into place with gentle pushes on all sides to ensure it fits properly. You'll need to remove the protective film, but from this point on, be careful not to get any dust or fingerprints on the screen. Place the bracket with the LCD onto the back of the shell. This part is pretty easy. Just align the 4 holes and push it all the way down. Inspect it from the other side, and don't worry if you see any dust or fingerprints. Just wipe them off with a soft cloth. Prepare the glass screen by removing the plastic protectors and the adhesive backing. Be careful not to touch the sticky part. Gently place the glass screen, starting by aligning the corners. It should fit pretty well, and don't worry if it's not 100% perfect. You won't notice it while playing. Once you're sure it's properly aligned, press it down to secure it. There you go, nice and snug, just like it should be. Alright, now it's time to place the buttons and rubber pads. Follow along with what I'm doing, but this should be pretty easy since the buttons and pads can only fit one way. They have notches and holes to guide you. Squishy, squishy. Now comes my least favorite part of the entire process, connecting the ribbon cable to the LCD board. This step can be tricky, and honestly, it always makes me nervous. You have to insert the ribbon cable with the shiny part facing up. Make sure you get that right. But here's the frustrating part. It's really hard to do. I tried one way, as you can see here, and it didn't work. I tried another way. Still no luck. The only method I've found that actually works is bending the ribbon slightly and using the hard part on the back to push it in. And this is exactly where it feels like the ribbon could just snap, which is why I really don't like this step. Place the speaker by aligning the notch and be mindful of the cables to keep them neatly positioned. Connect the upper ribbon cable. It's much easier if you use a pair of flat tweezers to guide it. Once it's in position, just push it in. Then, push the 2 latches in to secure the ribbon cable. Time to handle the main motherboard. First, remove the 4 screws holding it in place. Then, gently disconnect any attached parts and carefully lift it out from the old case. Pay close attention to how everything is positioned. You'll need to place them the same way in the new shell. Also, don't forget to replace the link cable port cover to match the new shell color. Now it's time to place the motherboard back in, just the same way you took it out. Secure the motherboard by screwing back all 4 screws. Make sure each screw is tightened evenly, but don't over-tighten them. You don't want to risk damaging the board or the shell. Now it's time to insert the ribbon cable from the LCD into the motherboard, bringing the 2 halves together. This must be done the same way I explained earlier, by pushing on the hard part of the cable. Be mindful not to apply too much force, as it could easily break. Check that all sides fit together nicely, with no gaps or misalignment. If anything feels off, adjust it before moving on. Screw in the 6 back screws. And just like that, the job is complete. Pop in some batteries and let's power it up. Now it's time to bring in this bad boy, the EZ Flash. Time to power it on for the first time. And yeah, I'm blown away by how good this looks. This is so satisfying, peeling off the screen protector. The screen quality is absolutely amazing, and the new case looks gorgeous too. I hope you enjoyed this detailed step-by-step tutorial. Don't forget to give a like and subscribe. See you soon.